Hi. In this section of the video, we will see how users are created and user all aspects related to the user management. So users are, any individual user. For example, a person who lives in a society in a flat is a user. So simply, for example, if we want to add a new user, we have to fill in the entity name from the drop down list. What we have, the user ID can be flat number, and first name, last name, mobile number. So here we have provided the option for 3 mobiles and 2 email IDs, so that in case there are communication has to be sent to more than one person, for example a husband and wife, it will go to both rather than being sent to one and that person missing, and they have they are not able to pay the bills on time. Or for room sharing where there are 3 people staying in a room, so all three will be receiving this information. So once the user is created, then the invoice for the users can also be started. So there is another option in case you have to create users in bulk, for example maybe hundreds or thousands of users. So then create, rather than creating one by one, you select your entity and your Excel sheet where you in which you have already filled in. So Excel sheet, the template is available here. You can download the template from here, fill in your details, just upload, and you can create the bulk user creation in one shot. And thereafter we have status of user. We can change the status of the user from active to inactive. So once we make any user inactive, user cannot log in. So if we want to change again the status to active, we can make it active. We can make any particular user, in case let's assume the user has left the society, so we can delete the user. So that option is trash. So in this case the user will disappear from here, and it is not counting in the number of users that the entity has taken for the billing purposes. And this is available here in the trash section. And let's assume you want the person comes back and you want to just retrieve the person, and so all you have to do is restore from the trash, and you need not ask that details once again from that user. So user is restored by bringing it back from the trash, so user is back. So here you can make a filter using the name of the person and the status, active, inactive, created by which admins, and for which entities. So there are bunch of filters you can create. You can make the filter as you want. You can export the data in Excel sheet, and you can see in case you have created the users in batches, you can see which users were created in which batch. And after if the users are created in batches, to notify their login and password creation, you can notify them by selecting this notify button and the appropriate batch. So this was about users. Now we go to the invoices part. So invoices, we have invoice creation. Bulk invoices can again be created via Excel import like users. Single invoices can be created via web screen. And invoices carry different status. When the invoice is created, the status is pending, and when the user pays, let's assume the user doesn't make the full payment, then the status changes to partially paid. Let's assume the invoice was 100 rupees, user paid 500, so after 500 the status will change to partially paid. When user will pay the remaining 500, means the 1000 has been fully paid, then the status will change to paid. Let's assume user hasn't paid anything and the next bill has been generated, so the invoice, that particular invoice status will become carry forward, and the remaining amount of this invoice will be carried forward to the next invoice that is generated. The system supports payment collection through offline or through online mechanism, through the payment gateway, which is by default provided by the system, and the offline modes of payment like cash, check, DD, NEFT, RTGS. And system also provide the facility to adjust amount in case there is some manual error that has happened or coming out of discussions. So now we go to the invoice section. So here in invoices, you can create single invoice through the web interface. I'll just show you quickly how it can be done. You select any entity, let's say the Marciana Rangoli, and you select the user, Rajiv Gupta, bill date, month, to and fro, from due date, late fee in case you want to add late fee charges. Then after due date, when the bill that will go to the user will include the late fee charges, GSTN number of the entity, subscription in case you want to create subscription, then you can select a subscription. You can enter the details, for the billing item like electricity bill, and in case it is a GST compliant, then HSN or SAC number, quantity, rate, taxes, everything. And similarly, if you want to add more items, you can just add and put more items, or you want to keep it like this, then you will just click submit. The invoice will be sent to the user over email and over SMS, and the user can see the invoice and make the payment right away. So here, let's assume we open one invoice just for demo purposes. So here, this is how it will look once it is created. So here you can see all the fields in the invoice, total bill, and previous dues if any, total adjustment if any, grand total, amount paid, and remaining amount, payment status, and subscription, in case you are using the subscription model for the users, and how the payment has been collected. For example, in this case it is cash received on 30th November, 3000, success, everything perfect. So here, you can, for example, want to collect the payment through cash. All you have to do is select a date when the user is making the payment amount, and submit. Same goes for check and DD, check number, bank, date, amount, NEFT, same thing. And adjustment is here, we can add or less, on a particular item. For example, here we want to, we charged it wrongly, we are charging less, so we can put the amount and some remarks, and it is all done. So here, once it is done, so this was a single invoice creation. We can similarly do bulk invoice creation, for example, for 1000 users or maybe 10,000 or 50,000 users. You select the entity, and after that you select the template. The template, you can download the template here, fill your template, fill in the details correctly, and just select the file and just import the file. All the invoices will be created in one shot. Okay, so next we go to broadcast feature. So here our system provide two modes of broadcasting the message communication to the users through email and SMS. It is real-time message delivery, and quota defined is 10 time number of users per billing frequency duration. Let's assume an entity has 100 users and they have taken the monthly billing cycle. So it means 100 multiplied by 10 means 1000 emails they can send in a month, and they can send 100 multiplied by 400 SMS per month. And in case this number is not sufficient, additional required number of email and SMS can be purchased in real-time basis on the portal itself. So here I'll show how it works. It is simple. So here we go to the broadcast section. For example, here SMS broadcast. Let's assume we go here, we select any society. Let's assume Ashana Rangoli. We type the message here, and when we do a send, immediately it will be going to all the users, because only one user is created here, that is why you see one here. But if you see Mongolia Garden, there are 625 users created, so here in this case 625 people will be notified instantly. And preview means the message will only be sent to the super admin just for his checking, and once it is convinced, then he can press the send to send it to all. Similarly is the concept for the email. You can collect the email and send it to different users. So here you can see out of 40,000 is the limit, only 2 messages have been sent. Here 1 lakh is the limit and only 0 has been sent. In case you are falling short of required need, you can straight away go to the buy button, click. For example, you want to buy, let's assume 100 5,000 messages, because there are 5,000 users in this entity. So it is 50 paisa, very nominal charges, 50 paisa per SMS per user charges, and after taxation this is the amount you can straight away pay here, and the quota of 5,000 SMS will be added to your bucket. Same goes for email concept. Okay, now next is the document upload repository. So we have this cool feature wherein you can upload your documents for this entity. For example, let's go to Mongolia Gardens. So here the different documents which are to be shared with the people in the society can be uploaded here. You can change that time at any point in time. The visibility control can be defined at 2 levels, to all the users and to only admins. So you can simply toggle and it will change from only admin to all users. And if you want to shift and make anything visible only to admins only, you can click that and change the visibility to only admins, like this here. Okay, so here we go. Now dashboard. So apart from all these features that we have seen, okay, here we go. So we have seen all the features. Now coming to the dashboard quickly. So a dashboard is a single place where you can keep track of the activity, your payment collection efficiency. You can check the payment received on daily basis, weekly, monthly, or yearly, or customize between any two dates. And if you want to see any details, you just move the arrow on top of the data point and you will be able to see details. Customize from date A to B, and this is how you can see how your this graph is for the payment due date as per the invoices that you have generated. What is the due amount, how much is received, remaining, and adjusted. You can have a full control, full visibility how things are happening. Payment mode of payment collection, how you're collecting online through payment gateway, check TD, cash, and EFT. And at a single glance you can see how much money has been received, how much is remaining, and at any point in time you can see your collection efficiency. And if you have multiple entities within your subscription, let's assume you have created tower A, tower B, tower C, tower D, E, F, G, H, etc. in your entity. So in this graph you will be able to see the collection at per tower level. This is the global for all the towers combined, and this is at the per tower level. Then recent payments, you can see who all have paid, and here we can see all the transactions. So success means when people have made the full payment. So it is full details. So how many admins you have created, super admins, master admin, etc., and users, open tickets, in process, close tickets, and the quota, what is your quota like here in this subscription that we have created. 20 admins can be created in total maximum, 17 are created, so 3 can be created. 10,000 users can be created, 632 have been created, so it means 9368 more can be created. Thank you so much for your time.